everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, it's great to have you here. Today I wanted to talk about something very important that I've been focusing on, which is avoiding toxins in our food. I thought this was a really important topic to bring up because I like to talk about, as you know, health and wellness, diet and nutrition, and all of the positive things that we should be doing. But what I don't really speak about that often are the things that we need to avoid. And today I thought it would be a great opportunity to share with you some of the things I've recently learned that I've incorporated into my kitchen, into my home to avoid toxins. You'd be really surprised at the sneaky little ways that they can show up in your kitchen. So today we're going to talk about that, and I'll share with you what I've learned. Let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to share is, by all means, avoid any sort of plastic when it comes to storing your food. My mom always told me this. I never listened to her, quite honestly, but then I started reading up on all of the toxins that plastic has and how it can seep in and affect the food you're eating. So who wants to have that happen when you're being so health conscious and going out and making sure you're buying fresh produce and good meat and seafood, and then you're storing it in a plastic container? So lately what I've been using are these little glass jars. Glass comes in many different shapes and sizes. You can also get glass rectangles, squares, anything you want as far as storage. They have them available in a lot of different stores. They're very reasonably priced. And what's even better is, unlike plastic that you either wash and have to throw out after a couple of usages, you can have long-term shelf life with the glass jars. So this is a good investment, and it makes sure that toxins are not sneaking into your food. My next tip when it comes to avoiding toxins is to be very smart about the cookware that you choose. So right here, I have this lovely pan from Carowway. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Carowway, they are a non-toxic home good brand. They have cookware that is free from toxins. And I just love this because it really gives me peace of mind that when I cook, I don't have to worry about how my food is getting contaminated. By the way, did you know that 95% of home goods contain Teflon? Yes, 95%. That's a huge number. And 97% of Americans have forever chemicals in their blood. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you that we are consuming toxins and we are getting them in through the environment. So using Carowway has really been a game changer for me and my family. And might I add how lovely the design is. This is just absolutely gorgeous. I actually want to show you their amazing storage capability. It looks so beautiful in the kitchen. Come over here. So look at how gorgeous this looks on my countertop. I would normally hide my pots and pans, but I don't do that with Carowway. I recently renovated my kitchen. It's all white, and these look gorgeous. By the way, I love the versatility that the Carowway Cookware provides. I can basically use this set for everything I want to cook for my family. I don't have to separate into multiple pots, multiple pans. It's very versatile. So I love that Carowway uses a ceramic coating, which means it's naturally slick and you don't really have to use much oil or butter at all. You can see I'm cooking this egg here, and just super easy to move around the pan, and it will slide off like that, and I'm not putting extra additives in. So that's a huge plus for me too. If you're looking to swap out your pans for a non-toxic alternative, check out Carowway. I suggest you get the cookware set because if you bundle, you will save 20% plus my code Janine Stacks for an additional 10% off. You can use my code to save on all products site-wide. Click or screenshot my code to use at checkout. Another one of my tips is to use wooden utensils. I know my grandma had a wooden spoon. I don't know about yours, but obviously these do not have plastic, no toxins. So go out and just get a wooden utensil set and you'll be doing yourself a big favor. Now let's talk about taking care of our food. So always wash your fruits and vegetables. I know so many people that will make a salad, they don't wash their lettuce, or they buy fruit and they don't wash it, but obviously pesticides are used, toxins are used, so you just want to make sure you thoroughly clean your fruits and vegetables. I do know that if you wash them, for example, raspberries or blueberries, they will start to go bad earlier. So what I like to do is I'll buy the container and then I just wash them as I go so it lasts longer. But that's an easy tip and definitely worth taking a few minutes out of your day to wash the produce. And then my last tip, which ties into what I speak about frequently on my channel when it comes to nutrition, is basically watching that we're not consuming processed foods. Now, I know that's not always easy, but we should really do our best, especially when we're at home, to make sure that we're cooking with clean ingredients and not eating prepackaged or processed foods. Those contain a ton of chemicals. I know a lot of nowadays it's confusing because a lot of companies will market and they will say that the foods aren't preserved, etc. So what I would suggest to do is always read the label, and we have access to the internet now. It's a great thing. So if there's any question in your mind, you can always search it. You can always see if that company is advertising a true claim, a false claim. Be an educated consumer. I hope that you found this helpful. I hope this really shed some light on some things you may or may not have been thinking about already when it comes to cooking. I would love to hear any questions you have. Please drop them in the comments. And also, if you have any suggestions or ways in which you know we can also help avoid cooking with toxins, bringing toxins into our home, we would love to hear them. It's always great to share as a community. And again, share the video with somebody you feel would receive benefit from it. I hope you guys have a wonderful, healthy day, and I'll see you all soon.